everybody, it's Andi. I just figured I would check in with you since I'm hitting the end of my pregnancy now. I'm at 34 weeks. I'm at that lovely stage where you get to go to the OB every week. So I'm starting to get thinking about delivery. So we thought it'd be great to go through some things for all of our moms out there who are getting ready for delivery as well, of what you want to make sure you're packing in your hospital bag to bring to the hospital. The first thing that you want to make sure you have is your identification. I know it sounds obvious and simple, but you want to make sure you have your license and your insurance card, because oftentimes they'll need to have that information on hand, and it's certainly easier if you have it already ready in your wallet, ready to go for whenever labor may hit. If you have a birth plan that's written out, or if you've talked about a birth plan with your provider at all, it's always helpful to have a printed version of what your plans are, because often your specific provider won't be there all the time when you're in the hospital. So it's great to have a couple versions of it actually for nurses on staff and or any other providers that may be taking care of you while you're at the hospital. You'll be in the hospital for at least 2 days, so I'm a big fan of bringing an extra long charging cord for my phone. Obviously there'll be a lot of people reaching out to you wanting to check in, see how you're doing, and you'll want to make sure your phone is all charged up and able to reach you in bed while you're resting. I also really love bringing some personal toiletries with me. Of course, the hospital will have things like shampoo for you and toothpaste and a toothbrush. Sometimes it's nice, especially after going through the intense production of labor and delivery, to have some of your own products that you really love to make you feel a little bit more like yourself after all of that. It's also great to really include some like chapstick, because you can get really dehydrated and your lips can get really dry, and some body lotion can be really nice too. I do try to avoid anything that's too scented, because sometimes products can be really irritating to your newborn. So you do want to be careful with using anything that's going to be really extreme. Your newborn is obviously going to be there with you, and you'll be holding them and snuggling on them, learning how to breastfeed if you're choosing to breastfeed. So it's important to consider that as well. As far as clothing goes, there's a lot of bodily fluids still going on after delivery. So primarily I stayed in the hospital gown because I didn't want to get anything ruined. And they have plenty of mesh underwear to give you, which is really the most comfortable thing to be wearing immediately postpartum. But for people who really like to get into some clothes or something that's not belonging to the hospital, it's great to bring some things that'll fit you around when you're 6 months pregnant. You can also, just run to Target or Walmart, get a cheap pair of something that's cozy for while you're in the hospital, and just plan on it getting ruined too. I know a lot of people who have done that really are glad that they did. You also might want a pair of slippers that have like a hard bottom, so they're like indoor shoes that you can walk around in. Again, don't bring anything that's super nice. This is another great thing to pick up from like a dollar store or a Target, something that's going to be inexpensive, because you'll still be bleeding significantly after birth. So oftentimes they can get some blood dripped on them or anything else, pee from your newborn. So you don't want anything like your nice Ugg slippers to be in the hospital with you. A few snacks for after you deliver. Your partner or spouse can always bring in stuff for you. Family members, when they come, usually they'll allow you to bring food, so you can get a lot of stuff. But if there's certain bars or candies that you really love, it's great to have those for the middle of the night times when it might be harder to get access to food on your own. Also, something that you like to do for your downtime. So if you really like reading, something for those quiet moments when your baby's sleeping and you might not have as many visitors. It's nice to have something to kind of keep you occupied. Last but not least, you'll want to make sure that you have something to go home in. So what you come to the hospital in might not be the outfit you really want to leave the hospital in. Again, think comfort. I'm a big fan of the nursing tank tops. Those like built-in bra tanks that are also nursing friendly. They're very comfortable. They can stretch with you while you're pregnant and immediately postpartum when you still kind of look pregnant. And big oversized sweatpants for this cold weather that we're in now. But certainly if it's summertime or warmer, you can think of like your dresses that are very comfortable that you're wearing while you're pregnant, anything that you feel really good and cozy in. It is a good idea though to think about if it's nursing friendly if you are planning to breastfeed, because you'll want to be transitioning all of your wardrobe into things that are gonna make it as easy as possible to help feed your baby. And just like you need an outfit to go home in, your baby's gonna need an outfit to go home in. Pretty much anything goes. It's hard to know if your newborn will be a newborn size. Some newborns are sometimes already in the 3-month size clothing. So it'd be good to have one of both options just in case. The most important thing is they're gonna be going into a car seat. So you wanna make sure it's not one of those cute gowns that we see all over Instagram, because you're gonna need a clip to go between their legs. The things that the hospital will have for you. Number one, things that almost every pregnant woman loves, the mesh underwear. You'll be wearing that for a little while afterwards too. It's great because it covers everything and you don't have to worry about any leaks or anything getting ruined because it's disposable. The hospital will have those big giant pads for you, so you'll be all set there. Usually they'll give you witch hazel, so that can be very helpful for any vaginal discomfort following your delivery. They also have ice packs that can be extremely helpful for the swelling and discomfort that you kind of change throughout the day and will rotate. Oftentimes, I know when I was there, they had petroleum jelly or Vaseline just to help with any kind of friction or rubbing that might be going on, because often women will tear during vaginal delivery, so they don't want to irritate any of the sutures or stitches that are down there. So it allows everything to be a little bit more lubricated so that it's not getting irritated. The hospital also has tons and tons of products for your baby. They'll have all of the diapers that you need while you're in the hospital, so you don't have to bring diapers for your newborn. They have baby shampoo. They have a little toothbrush that they use to help comb your baby's hair. Gauze for baby boys who might be circumcised, who need to have any type of dressings over their penis. The nurses are great about teaching you how to care for that immediately following it. And they'll have a little outfit for the baby to wear while the baby's in the hospital. And of course, plenty of swaddles. We see all of the hospital swaddles, so they have those as well. And my last tip is something that's a little bit more personal. Some people may want this, other people might not care so much. For me, I hate hospital pillows. I feel like they do nothing for me, so I always make sure to bring my pillow with me because it makes me be able to get a little bit better rest while I'm in the hospital. That, and of course my bento packs, because I like to keep taking them to help support myself immediately postpartum. And certainly if anybody else has anything that they think we're missing or they wouldn't leave without, definitely comment, reach out to us, let us know, and we'll be happy to share.